Welcome to the River Adventure Lodge in the River Mist Resort, which is located near Sevierville, Tennessee. Now, normally I do campsite reviews, but our camping crew booked a little late this year when we decided we wanted to head to Tennessee during October, during our kids' school fall break, and there were no campsites available. So we booked a very large cabin and stayed together. And so this is the cabin that we found that fit our needs. So I took photos of the cabin, and I'm going to talk about some of the differences in the cabin, but this is a very nice cabin if you have a large group of people that you want to stay in. So it is a 3-level cabin. It has 6 bedrooms and it says 6 bedrooms and 6 baths, but it's actually 6 bedrooms and 6.5 baths. So every bedroom has a bathroom, so that is great for a large group of people, and the extra bath is just kind of an added bonus. So let's look at the photos. I'm going to talk about some of the little strange things about the cabin, and then some of the wonderful things about the cabin at the end. So let's take a look at the different areas of the cabin and the different bedrooms. So let's talk about the different bedroom areas. So the cabin has 6 bedrooms. Now, 4 of those bedrooms I would consider a master bedroom. They all have a bathroom, and they all have either a king or queen bed. 2 of the bedrooms have bunk beds in them. So the one on the very lower level has 1 set of bunk beds, and then the one on the main area, which is the 2nd floor, but it's the area you walk into, has 2 sets of bunk beds. So and then they all have a bathroom. Even the bunk bedrooms have a bathroom, so that's really great. Each of the bedrooms have different amenities. Some have very, very nice showers. Some have a jacuzzi tub. So each room has different amenities in it, and so I'm going to show you a picture of the floor layout plan, and then I'm going to match the pictures with each bedroom so you know which picture goes with each bedroom on the layout plan. So let's check out the bedrooms and look at the different things that the bedrooms have to offer. So let's talk about the common areas. So on the 3rd level, there is a game room. Now, our kids love the game room. They played in there constantly. There was a pool table, a foosball table, some different electronic games. Now, the game that had the gun, it was like a hunting game. The guns kind of didn't work very well, or one of the guns, but the kids didn't care. But it was great. They loved playing. I only wish that somehow that room had been closed off to kind of avoid the noise, because we would be hanging out in the living room and they would be upstairs and it was a little loud. But it was definitely a great thing for the kids. Like when we would come back in the evenings, they would have something to do. So that was a great feature of the cabin. The dining area was large, and so there was enough seating between the 3 different areas in the kitchen and the dining room for everybody to sit and eat. The living room area is laid out really well, so that was nice for us. And the kitchen, the fridge and refrigerator had, or freezer had a great amount of space. The oven worked well. The only thing, the laundry, the dryer didn't seem to work very well. We would have to dry a load of towels twice to get it to dry, but you know, that's just something we just dealt with. So but overall, the living area of this cabin is laid out fantastic, and with that many people in a cabin, sometimes you can feel like you're on top of each other, but that was not the case in this cabin. Like, it was spacious, and you know, some of us would be sitting on the deck areas outside, and some of us would be sitting inside, or we'd all be in the living area at one time and hanging out in the kitchen and everything. So the living area of this cabin is another great feature for it. Let's talk about the outdoor living area. So the outdoor area is quite fantastic. There's this beautiful creek that you can hear behind me. There's plenty of deck space available. There's a very large fire pit that we had a wonderful time hanging out around. There's a playground that's specifically for this cabin. So if you have little ones, and the playground has a little fenced in area, so it kind of keeps them contained. Now, the website claims that there's a swim spa and 2 hot tubs. Maybe they're in the process of updating this, I'm not real sure. When we got here, there is a swim spa and there is a hot tub on the lower level. There's only 1 hot tub. Now, when we got here, the single hot tub wasn't working. It wouldn't heat. We didn't even call about this because then we realized that the swim spa is heated. So the swim spa actually has a swim spa and a little hot tub area in it. So I don't know if they're transitioning away from the 2 hot tubs, and maybe that was their solution when they replaced the swim spa. I'm not really sure. So that was one of the issues with the outdoor area. The outdoor fire pit, like I said, is fantastic. The fire pit is very, very large, and so you can accommodate a lot of people around it. There are 2 propane tanks or gas heaters out there. We never could successfully get them lit, and you know, the 4 men in our group are pretty handy guys, and they can usually figure things out. So I don't know, maybe they weren't getting gas to them or what, but we never actually got those to work, which was kind of a bummer. So those outdoor things. There was a barbecue pit, and that was fantastic. They have a ton of seats outside on the different deck areas, which is really nice when you have a large group to have enough seating around for everyone. They have a table. They had 2 tables actually outside, so that was great because the kids ate lunch outside. The creek, I would say this would be a fantastic cabin if you're here during the summer months, because the creek would probably be a great place for the kids to play. Our kids stuck their feet in it. It was really cold because they had a cold snap come through while we're here. So but I would say during summer months, oh my gosh, that would be fantastic. And like I said, the playground and just the different deck spaces are quite wonderful. And most of the rooms on the lower level have deck access, and then the one master bedroom that's on the 3rd level has its own little side deck area, so that was great. So the outdoor area of this cabin is fantastic. There are cabins next to this cabin on each side now, but the spacing between them is really nice, and you don't really know, I mean, you see them, but it's not like you're right on top of each other because of the large outdoor area. So the outdoor area of this cabin is quite fantastic, and the location is definitely a great location. So I know I said I would cover some of the strange things in the cabin. So I really feel like this cabin could be maintained in a much better way, and if it did, then that would just be over the top perfect cabin. So there were some strange little things. So when we got here, the cleaning crew was just now leaving. So I mean, I know that happens. They have fast turnover and things like that, but like I said, the one hot tub wasn't hot, and the spa hot tub, it really wasn't clean. There were leaves all in it. It didn't have much chlorine in it. And so that was a little disappointing because, you know, that's a main feature of an outdoor cabin in Tennessee. So you would think that they would maintain the spa a little bit better. The deck area, I know we're outside, I know it's fall, I know leaves are falling, but when we pulled up, the cleaning crew was leaving. So you would think that they would blow off the deck, especially since this cabin has so much deck area. You know, you would think that they would just blow it off when they have new guests returning. There were leaves everywhere, and it kind of created nasty situations when kids coming in and out of the house. I ended up sweeping off the deck because there were just leaves being tracked everywhere. But so that was one of the things. And then in front, under the cabin, there's like some trash on the ground that looks like it's been there a while, and I know you're gonna get that when you have like a third-party cleaning company and things like that. In our bedroom upstairs, there were some strange things. So the glass doors were kind of weird because there was no like actual closed door on the bedroom, so that was kind of weird. There were a ton of light switches that we never could figure out what they did. They were in the master bedroom upstairs on the 3rd floor. There's a switch that's labeled dining room and outside light, and we flicked it a million times and never could figure out what those switches went to. So we don't know if they added on this bedroom at some point or what, but there were a lot of switches that just didn't do anything. The fireplace in the living area is really hard to light. It's almost like they don't want you to use it because the little timer knob didn't actually do anything. You had to like actually light the palette and things like that. And so, you know, I've been in cabins that it's just, you know, you turn it on and it's super easy. There was no book in this cabin to tell you how to do certain things, and a lot of cabins we've stayed in, they have, you know, this is how this works, or this is where you can find this, and those are just kind of very helpful, so you're not just like completely blind and having no idea what you're doing when you get to this cabin. Trying to think what else there that was just kind of strange. A lot of the outlets they're well used, and so some of your plugs don't stay in the outlet, so that, you know, was a little challenging to find an outlet that your charger or whatever would actually stay plugged in. So it has its quirkiness and things that you just can't ever figure out, but overall, this is a fantastic cabin, and I would definitely book it again, especially if I was coming up here with a large group, because it's very spacious. You don't feel like you're on top of each other, and the views are just amazing, and the sound of the river and everything just flowing it was just so peaceful and relaxing. And so it's a great cabin. Now, I would not suggest that you just blindly depend on your GPS to get you the first time, because there are 2 ways to get in. We only came in the one way that the Cabins USA suggested. I tried to drive out of here the other way, and it was quite treacherous and scary. I would not go that way. So definitely go the directions that the Cabin USA emails you the first time, so you kind of know where you're going. But it's definitely secluded. It's about 30 minutes to get to anything in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge or whatever, but it's worth it. It really is, being out here and so relaxing. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video of the River Adventure Lodge at River Mist Cabin Resort.